right. Well, I'm excited to be here with Clint Novak from ANA Global. And one of the things I love, I love hanging out with Clint. And we actually had a good chance to hang out quite a bit as well at the latest FEC Summit. And so I'm just super excited to have him on the show. This might actually turn into a regular segment, so I'm excited about that as well. But for now, we've got him on for guest Gab. Clint, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right. So you are with ANA Global. So maybe you could, first of all, tell us a little bit about who ANA Global is, what your role is, and then we'll get into it.
Sure. Yeah, ANA Global is a redemption distributor company. We supply products for redemption counters, merchandisers for FECs, arcades, and anybody who needs that style of merchandise. Everything from Tootsie Rolls to ducks to high-end, Death Star toasters to all sorts of crazy stuff. And my role at ANA Global is I'm the business development manager, and I've been tasked to go around and basically, highlight what ANA Global is and go all over. So I traveled last year. I went to 150 FECs, and this year I've already done a couple of trips: St. Louis, LA, San Diego, New Orleans, where we were snowed in for days. I go around, visit FECs, and I want to see if there's anything I can do to make them a better place. So I usually tour the facility for about 2 hours. We go over anything that the operator wants to talk about, whether it's booking birthday parties, how to get the most out of their kiosk, do they have the right kiosk or the right card system for their facility? Redemption prizes, obviously, we can talk about that as well. My goal is just to make every place better and connect everybody together in this big network. Because one thing that this industry is unique, or that makes this industry unique, is that we share information. There's a lot of other industries where it's very cutthroat and very top secret. But this industry, it's like everybody wants to share with everybody. I've made mistakes as an operator, and I want to make sure that somebody else doesn't make those same mistakes. So, I built a go-kart track in 2019, multi-level go-kart track. We made mistakes. Rick Iceberg, he comes down from CJ Barrymore's. They want to build a go-kart track. We share all the information so they don't make those same mistakes. And now they have a better go-kart track. So, that's the goal, just to make sure that everybody's as successful as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I don't think there's anybody else that I know of in the industry that sees as many locations and spends as much actual time in as many locations as you do. I see a lot of them, but if I were to count, it's probably not 150 that I've been into myself personally. So the amount of knowledge and experience and everything else that you bring to the table is awesome. So when you go and visit these, you actually do a video, and it's called Clint's Corner, and that's hosted, so maybe talk a little bit how Clint's Corner came to be.
Yeah. So one thing that we wanted to do is, we want to highlight every place we go to. So not every location is going to get a Clint's Corner video, but they all are going to get some type of recognition for my visit, whether it's a selfie with the ownership in front of the facility and a couple pictures of their location shared on FEC operators. Sometimes I'll do Reels videos with my phone while I'm going through. And then a few select locations, we do a Clint's Corner, which is much more in-depth. It requires a lot more time at the facility. But I bring GoPros, I bring drones, I bring my phone to do some cool video. So there's usually on-ride video.
Did you know that?
Of whatever we're doing. It just really, it's an in-depth featurette of what each FEC looks like with Clint's Corner. And so with this latest visit to LA and San Diego, we did 2 different Clint's Corners. We did one at Bullwinkle's and we did one at Belmont Park. Both have not been edited and uploaded yet, but they're future episodes, but I'm putting those together. So what you're looking at right now is Zero Gravity in Minnesota. Ed and his staff allowed me to come up. We did the 2-hour tour, and then we did some video as well, so we could capture what their facility looks like. And most of the time, these videos are kind of from an operator's perspective, not necessarily a guest perspective. So we're looking at things that an operator would kind of look at, because we want other operators to see what they're doing. With Ed, it was the birthday party rooms and how they did the printing, the blacklight printing wallpaper that they could put up and do in their party rooms. The fact that Ed's Zero Gravity location can't have a food cafe. So the way around that was they have a whole bunch of food vending machines. They have cotton candy, popcorn, Skittles, just a regular vending machine, Dippin' Dots or Mini Melts, soda vending machine. And I think he's getting a pizza machine. Finding unique ways around problems or unique solutions to problems that an FEC might have. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So for those of you who are listening and not watching, you can obviously go and, eventually go back to YouTube and watch this. But for now, you can definitely watch all these videos on LinkedIn. But if you are, if you are listening to check out Clint's Corner and see some of these other videos, you can go to youtube.com/@AA bulk vending. And that'll get you to all of his videos, and you can check those out, especially the videos that he'll end up making about a couple of the places we're going to talk about today. So you guys are getting
a sneak peek behind the scenes.
Yes, exactly, right? To see how this, how everything before it comes together in a nice cohesive video. So you mentioned you were in LA and Anaheim recently. Obviously, you spent a lot of time at Disney, because I know you were a huge Disney fan, as we can tell by your background. We're not going to talk about Disney necessarily, but yeah, please talk us about a couple of the places you visited that really stood out to you.
So the two places that we highlighted in the Clint's Corner this time around is Bullwinkle's in Upland, which is a very fresh, renovated facility. And then Belmont Park in San Diego, which is celebrating its centennial this year, 100 years of operations. And they have a roller coaster there that is 100 years old. So we'll kind of scroll through. Now, what we're looking at here is going to be my Google photo drive of all of the videos and B-roll that I've collected that will eventually be put together into a Clint's Corner episode. So you guys are looking at raw footage of all of the different clips and stuff that we put together. So first we've got Bullwinkle's here. And it's kind of out of order as well, because I went through twice. But you have their cafe area here with the fresh artwork. Funny thing is I asked them, does anybody know who Rocky and Bullwinkle are? And they said no. They just think Bullwinkle's is what they are, because kids don't know Bullwinkle.
Oh, it's so sad.
They don't know that, and it's a brand that's been around for so long for them that they just go with it. So. Yeah. They have the Lasertron axe throwing here, which if you've never seen before is a projection mapping onto the board where they can do the scoring.
Is it automated yet? I know they've been working on the automated scoring.
Oh, maybe it's not automated yet, but I know it's projected on there so you can see it. Yeah. We've got Brunswick Bowling. Now, for some reason, the lanes weren't turned on, but this is all Spark Bowling, so you can see that all the projectors are in place. And all of this is Spark Bowling. And then obviously big TVs, nice furniture. I love the numbered balls. I love that. Like they're the pool balls. A little bit of their redemption counter. Oh, this was amazing. So they fed us while we were there. This is an appetizer sampler platter with some fries, onion rings, jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks, and your choice of boneless wings. And then, of course, a pepperoni pizza. Their Pepsi product park, which I love because I'm a Mountain Dew guy. Again, this will be like me eating food that will be put into the episode there. And then we actually get into the entering in the arcade. It's a pretty decent arcade. I would say 50 to 60 games in the arcade. We did the Triotech Dark Ride, the Carnival, which is my favorite. Yeah, I kicked butt in the scoring there against Rachel, who's the salesperson with us. So just want to point that out. Good job, Rachel. The lighting on their go-kart track is phenomenal. They have a new lighting system which interacts with the track itself. Now, all of this here is also lighting. That was, for some reason, you can see it back here. It was on. Must have been having a glitch or something. It's brand new. So, working through those growing pains.
It reminds me that the lighting reminds me a little bit of Andretti and what they've done with their tracks.
Exactly, but this is outdoors, so it's much different. I think it is probably built by the same company who would build an Andretti's kart. I want to say like 360 karting or something like that. But the lighting that they did over the go-karts, so they can make it blue and red, and also like at the end of the race, it flashes all red. And then the lights come on to a white light, so that it's your turn to come in and pit. So that was really cool. I got some good drone footage of it, but unfortunately, it's not in the in here yet. And then this was actually the best part: Green River Junction, which is a mini golf course. Now, Bullwinkle's, I didn't really know that they were a mini golf place. Like that's what they do. So they have 2 big courses, or maybe even 3 big courses outside. And then they have 2 indoor courses. One is aged a bit. It's one of their original indoor courses, so I think it's like 20 plus years old. But this River Junction is a highly themed indoor mini golf course that's not blacklight. It is like Disney-esque.
Like theatrical lighting, DFX lighting. This is
even smells. So it's like when you were going through, this area is like a mining facility. It had burn smells when you were going through because of the dynamite that was being set off. Just great lighting, great effects, great theming all the way through, and it is a big course. Here, I think this is an upper view. Yep.
Now is that, you're not actually playing? There's just like an upper deck mezzanine that you can then overlook, or
no? The upper deck was actually turned into like another area. I don't know if this is not. I don't think I got the upper deck, but there's like these stairs go to an upper deck where there's more play.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So behind these facades up there is more holes.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening, definitely go to LinkedIn and check out this video on on our show.
Yeah, it's a really cool mini golf. Again, a lot of great effects. Oh, there was a projection mapping. I wonder if I got this on one of the holes. Oh, I think that you can see it right here. It's a wagon wheel on the hole. I'm almost positive I did get it at some point, but I don't see it.
So they projector mapped onto the wagon wheel, or they
projector mapped onto the hole itself. So you can just see it briefly right there, a wagon wheel turning, but it was on the hole. Yeah, I thought I got it, but I guess I didn't. Huh. So yeah, that was really cool. They have laser tag, which is also Lasertron, and RDC bumper cars, and some great food. Really the remodel was just simply amazing. It really looks sharp. You can just see the signage here. They're doing ice cream, ices, and then the different foods. And they're slowly rolling out the foods. When we were there, they were just doing basic pizza and fried foods. They will eventually ramp up that menu, but they just wanted to roll it out slowly so that they weren't getting overwhelmed as they learn and prepare. Because we were here, shortly after their grand opening. A new bar that they're getting ready to open here as well. Might have been open that night, but getting ready to stock up there. And so that was Bullwinkle's. Really good video, really good visit. Video is going to be amazing. Got some video of me and Rachel racing on the go-karts, and some good drone footage from overhead as well. So awesome. That's going to be exciting.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for when that new video comes out. I'm sure it'll be in a couple of weeks. And so you were then also in San Diego. You had a chance to go and visit Belmont Park.
Yes. So Belmont Park is again celebrating their centennial year, so 100 years of operations. They have several rides and attractions, including a roller coaster that is 100 years old. It is an ACE landmark. It is now I'm going to forget the name of it. Great. You know what? I forgot the name of it. We're going to figure out the name of it, though, because eventually I have a plaque of it here. But there we go. There's the ACE landmark plaque for it. Giant Dipper. There we go. Giant Dipper. I knew there was a G in there.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
But yeah, just a
had a
great
chance to ride.
classic coaster. What's
It
that?
is a classic. It is, and it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. It's actually not. It's one of the least jarring wooden coasters I've been on in a long time. So
Yeah, this coaster recently, that turn that we just watched there has been retracked by Great Coasters International. So they came in, did some retracking on the coaster. A lot of fun, some good twists and turns. It is, you know, there's not a lot of coasters that are 100 years old or that even reflect what coasters were 100 years ago. So
right.
the new coasters that we keep building are bigger and better and crazier and nuts. And this is just 100% classic coaster. This is what coasters were like 100 years ago. And so it's fun to go and just experience that and enjoy the ride. So they have several other rides as well, some kiddie rides here, a couple drop towers, a big extreme claw. Fun story about this claw here that's in the background. It's sunk into the ground because of the height limit. They're not allowed to go over a certain height limit. And so the claw would have gone over that. And so they have sunk it into the ground so it doesn't go over the height limit. Just
Wow.
another unique way an operator has found a fix so that they could add that in there. Carousel, the teacups. I love these not teacups. The tilt-a-whirl here as ice cream scoops. Got some good footage again, GoPro footage. Not in this drive yet of me riding the teacups. I also rode Giant Dipper as well, so we'll have some good footage of that hopefully. A decent arcade, maybe 100 pieces in their arcade. And a great prize redemption area here. I love this sign, play for keeps. I just love the retro feel of that.
Well, and Belmont Park has gone through such an amazing evolution too over the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years, especially with some of the transfer of ownership. The new owners have come in and they've really tried to buy up. Like a lot of these used to be very much like an old school boardwalk where a lot of these attractions were all independent owners and operators, a lot of the restaurants as well. And they've really come in and tried to buy all of these. So it's all centrally owned, centrally managed. They can control the experience a lot more. And as a result, Belmont Park has really come around significantly from what it used to be. I mean, I remember traveling to San Diego from Phoenix and we'd go to Belmont Park and like once, I think, and then we never went back again because it was super seedy and run down. And what it is today is not at all what it used to be. It's pretty incredible what they've done.
Yeah, and again, when you have several owners like that, I've never visited. This is my first visit, so I just know them as what they are today. But if I had to guess, if you had 5 owners, people owning the restaurants and the rides, and all they're doing is competing with each other.
Yeah.
And so that's going to create some friction to the guest experience, opposed to if you own everything, then, you're really controlling that experience, like you said.
Yeah. And put more capital investment into it, right? Because now they have cash coming in from multiple different areas of the park. And so they can buy new rides and refurbish things that maybe didn't get refurbished in the past and be able to put and reinvest that capital, which increases and enhances the overall guest experience across the entire site.
Yeah, I totally agree. So it was a really good visit. The rides, they have several rides. They have the ropes course. They have new rides coming in. So like you said, they are investing. So I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what they're putting in, but they got new rides coming right on the boardwalk, which is really cool. They have some higher end restaurants. So they have a high end restaurant there, sushi place, burger place, which I did some food testing at here. I don't know if I got any. It's weird that I didn't know. I'm sure.
Do you have a chance to get over to the Escapology that's there?
I got a chance to point it out. I really didn't. I obviously didn't get a chance to do an escape room by myself. But I have Escapology. This pizza is amazing, by the way. It was so good. So much pepperoni. But yeah, Escapology, they have the Scooby-Doo escape room, which I have seen at a couple of locations now. I haven't had a chance to do that one yet. And I love escape rooms. But the problem is, as I'm usually traveling by myself, and doing an escape room by yourself is not fun. So, but
no.
yeah, they look really, really good. Yeah, so they had several different rooms at this location, including the Scooby-Doo one, which is probably the most popular.
I think that might have been one that they have a Batman as well. I'm not sure if they have the Batman installation there, but yeah, either way, it's one of their top escape rooms.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know about Batman. I did while I was at Universal Studios. They have a Back to the Future one and a Jurassic Park one, and I was only going to do the Back to the Future one because it's one of like my top 5 movies. But then after doing that, I was like, well, I got to do the Jurassic Park one because it was so immersive. So I did both of them. It was crazy. It was amazing.
So I want to correct myself here because I did want to just make sure it does not have the Batman location, but it does have the Scooby-Doo and the Spooky Castle Adventure, the Budapest Express, Mansion Murder, and then Lost City. Lost City was pretty cool theming as well.
Awesome. So yeah, that was the 2 locations that I highlighted in Clint's Corner. Again, there was so many. I went to 9 locations there, and every location is really unique because they always have a story. Every place has a story. And how they, have survived COVID, or how they rebuilt after COVID, or the fact that they're 100 years old. One location I went to in St. Louis. They were getting ready to purchase an FEC or build an FEC, and COVID hit, and they already had a classic theater, like a small town 2-screen, like old style theater, and they had to shut it down due to COVID. And in order to survive, they bought soft serve machines off Facebook Marketplace or something, and shoved them to the front door, and were serving ice cream out of the front door. And now that's what they're known for, is ice cream. So it's like their FEC is ice cream related. Their theater serves ice cream. So it's like something that, it's like, and I was like, well, what did you know about ice cream before you did that? And they're like, nothing. We just bought the machines and started serving ice cream, and now they're experts. So
that's
it's,
awesome.
There's so many of those stories out there when you're traveling around and just talking to everybody to see how they got into this and what are they doing.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. I think that's so awesome. Well, Clint, thank you so much for joining us on Guest Gab, and I am looking forward to making this a regular segment. So this will not be the last time, everybody, that you've heard or seen from Clint. So again, if you are interested in seeing more of Clint's Corner, go to youtube.com/@AABulkVending, and that'll get you access to all of his videos. They are a lot of fun to watch, especially because they're operator focused. And so, yeah, please go and check that out. Clint, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm off to Tampa this week. So if there's any locations in Tampa that need to be highlighted, give me a call, and we'll be all over the place. So yeah, in a couple of weeks, we'll be on to talk about the Tampa locations. Beautiful. Well, I know there's a great escapology. You should definitely talk to Lloyd about the escapology out in Tampa. So awesome. All right. Bye, guys.